So in the first video we learned how to launch WinDev and get logged in. On this one we're going to see how to actually create the project. WinDev, when you first log into WinDev, it lets you open up a tutorial, open up an example that they have, open up a project that you've already created, or start a new project. We're going to start a new project, so click on Create a Project. Alright, from here you can select what type of project you want. It can be Windows Linux application, which is what we're going to choose, or web service, Windows Store application, external component, whatever. But this tutorial is going to be over a Windows application, so just go ahead and click Windows or Linux application. Alright, and that's going to launch the wizard to create your project. Now, if you just click the green validate, or the validate checkbox here, it will go ahead and create your project and keep all the standard defaults. But we're going to go through each screen and let you see what those are. But let's go ahead and change the name from my project to Hello World. Alright, you can see it changed the location. You can make this location anything you want, but just put it in an appropriate spot and just make sure you keep up with where you save your files to. So this will create a project named Hello World, and it's going to save it in this location. Okay, so and you can put a summary in there if you want to. I'm not going to, so let's go to the next screen. This lets you attach some additional files. I'm not going to do any of that right now, so let's go to the next screen. Alright, so here you can create for the Windows platform or the Linux platform. We are going to build for Windows platform, so just keep that highlighted and go to the next screen. This gives you the option to create a 32-bit application or a 64-bit application. We're going to go with 32-bit application, so just leave that highlighted. Go to the next screen. This screen is where you specify whether you want a project to be stored in Source Control Manager or not. Since this is just a tutorial, I'm not going to check this in and out of Source Control, so I'm going to leave the do not use Source Control Manager. If this were something you were creating obviously for work, that other people are going to be needing access to and such as that, you'd want to go ahead and use the Source Control Manager for that. So, but anyway, for right now, let's just leave do not use Source Control Manager highlighted and go to the next screen. So this is just asking you, do you want to use a program charter or do you not? Obviously, if you select to use a programming charter, WinDev will just do things like putting prefixes before your variable names for you and other things like that. If you say, no, I don't want to use a programming charter, then your code is exactly like you type it in. So you can really go either way. It doesn't, that's a personal preference kind of thing. You can choose either one. I'll just go ahead and leave yes, use the programming charter highlighted. We'll go to next. So let's pick a theme. You can pick a theme for your application. Just kind of gives it a kind of a skin. We'll go ahead and go down to the Rawali, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's kind of neat. I like the colors and the fonts on it. It's kind of neat. Alright, so we'll select that. Go to the next screen. This lets you specify your screen size. We're going to leave the defaults, so let's just click next. Alright, here's where you can specify the language for your application. Right now it's British English. Let's go ahead and add American to it, and let's get rid of the English. You can leave both of them. You can even add Spanish, German, whatever. But if you do, then you got to program for those so that your buttons and such can either display English or German or whatever. So I'm not going to fool with that, so I'm going to delete see how the English is highlighted? I'm going to go ahead and delete that so that I just have American. Okay? All right, let's go to the next screen. We don't need to display a did you know it screen starting out, so we're going to highlight don't display the did you know it and go to the next screen. We will not be needing a database for this application, so if you were to click yes create new database, it would take you to a wizard to create a database, but that's for a video on down the road. For right now, let's say no, do not create a database, and click next, and then that's it. So we're done with all that, and when we click this, the validate, it creates our project. Now, once the project is created, you can build from a full application RID. You can go ahead and create a new window right now, or you can jump straight into the WinDev editor. We're going to go into the WinDev editor instead of just launching a new screen, so I can show you how you build a screen from the WinDev editor. So go ahead and click WinDev editor, and alright, so now you are in your WinDev editor. This is the IDE, the Integrated Development Environment for WinDev. Alright, we'll go ahead and stop this video there, and then in the next video we'll go ahead and create our first window page.